Antoine spent his afternoons exploring the meadows around his village, his bare feet brushing the soft grass. Each day, he ventured a little farther, letting his imagination wander in pursuit of fantastic creatures he hoped to meet. On a particularly bright afternoon, he stopped at the top of a hill and gazed at the blue sky dotted with fluffy clouds. Then he noticed a large shape gliding silently between the clouds. Curious, Antoine squinted to see better. It was a dragon, its translucent wings shimmering like stars at twilight. The dragon gracefully glided and landed gently on a windy ridge nearby. Antoine approached, his heart racing. Although impressed by the dragon's stature, he felt a strange familiarity, almost as if the dragon was waiting for him. "Hello, Antoine," said the dragon in a deep and reassuring voice. The words resonated like thunder heard in the distance before a soothing rain. Antoine's eyes widened. "You know my name?" he asked, amazed. The dragon nodded, its eyes reflecting ancient wisdom. "I am the guardian of the skies, and I know what lies in the heart of a young adventurer. A sacred star, the source of harmony between daylight and night's darkness, has fallen on Earth. It must be found quickly, or the world will descend into chaos." Antoine felt a mix of fear and excitement overwhelm him. The task was immense, but he felt ready. With the dragon, he would venture beyond known horizons to save this star and bring peace back to Earth. Accompanied by the dragon, whose wings beat the air with a reassuring sound, Antoine took courage to begin his expedition. The majestic creature leaned towards him and whispered, "Be careful, young Antoine. Our path will be littered with obstacles, but also hidden wonders." Together, they traversed misty valleys where the fog made every step mysterious. The ground was soft under their feet, and an invisible flute seemed to play a soothing melody accompanying their journey. Antoine felt the fresh air seep into his lungs, enriched with the aroma of wildflowers and the forest's humus around them. At each turn of the path, he felt life pulsating in the ground, clinging to the invisible roots of 1,000 stories. The dragon showed him the way, its piercing eyes dispelling the most persistent shadows. "Look, Antoine," it said, pointing to a clearing where colorful butterflies danced. "Here, the star's magic once awakened dreams. You must find it, so that these creatures continue to weave the tales of day and night." In the surrounding mountains, majestic eagles hovered over the peaks, casting an inquisitive look at the young boy and his companion. Antoine, gazing at the infinite horizon, felt his soul expand to embrace this grand nature and all its secrets. Every obstacle on their path became a new opportunity to learn. They faced capricious winds that seemed to want to push them back, crossed sparkling torrents where water slid in small cascades of light. Sometimes fatigue overcame Antoine. Then the dragon carried him in its strong claws, lifting him above thick forests and winding rivers. The boy then allowed himself to dream of the lost star that, once found, would restore the balance of a fairy tale world teeming with life and history. As the days passed, Antoine, always guided by the guardian of the skies, traversed unknown lands and imaginary landscapes, each place more stunning than the last. They reached a vast meadow where the wind whispered ancient songs through the dancing blades of grass. One morning, they found themselves before a majestic mountain, the highest Antoine had ever seen. Its cloud-capped peaks seemed to touch the starry sky. "We must climb this mountain," explained the dragon seriously. "At the summit, a prophetic view will guide us to the lost star." Antoine began the ascent, his heart pounding with fearless joy. Each step brought him closer to the world's apex, and echoes of his ancient dreams resonated in harmony with the wind's song. When they reached the top, the view was breathtaking. Immense peaks sparkled under the diffuse light of an endless twilight, and before them, a landscape of grace and splendor stretched out infinitely. Above, the stars shimmered with new clarity, but a pulse in their arrangement caught Antoine's attention. The absence of the sacred star left a shadow where unity once shone. Shortly after sunset, a soft voice was heard. Emerging from the shadow, a mountain spirit appeared. "Antoine," it said with a kind smile, "the journey is often as important as the destination. Take this path traced under the starlight." They followed this new trail, their steps resonating on the rocky ground, guided by the mountain's whispers. Comforted by the dragon's immortal presence, Antoine never let the flame of his determined courage be extinguished. Under the starry vault, Antoine and the dragon entered an ancient forest, a shimmering universe where ancient trees seemed to conceal secrets and stories from another time. The moon's meager light filtered through the dense foliage, drawing dancing shadows on the path. The wind's work in the treetops rustled like 1,000 forgotten conversations, and silver streams flowed between twisted roots. Antoine marveled at these places enshrined with legends. He walked in silence, eyes wide open, ready to hear the forest's song. They reached a clearing where the glow of an eternal twilight bathed the surroundings in a gentle oceanic hue. There, faintly glowing, clues left by the star were unveiled. Antoine knelt, gently touched these silver traces, feeling a faint pulsation through them, like a heartbeat. "The star passed here," murmured the dragon, its breath aligning with the surrounding rustle. "We are close now, Antoine." The forest seemed to vibrate around them with silent anticipation. Encouraged by these discoveries, Antoine set out to follow these luminous echoes through the trees, navigating around each trunk with renewed confidence. The path eventually led them to a hidden cave, its entrance concealed by a curtain of vines. The dragon, with its imposing paw, gracefully parted the plants, revealing the unknown to the young boy. "My steps will guide you," proposed the dragon, its voice resonating in the cavern like a muffled chime, promising safety and wisdom. Antoine, with renewed courage and a fast-beating heart, ventured into the depths of this luminous sanctuary. In the living darkness of the cave, flashes of light mirrored a comforting dance between shadow and clarity. Antoine progressed with caution, senses alert, while the guardian of the skies cast a protective gaze on his protege. At the center of the cavern, bathed in a beam of soft light, stood an imposing stone stele with the sacred star on top, dim but pulsating like a fragile flame. Antoine approached it with emotion, amazed by the beauty and significance of this star. The dragon, silent witness to this sacred moment, murmured in its soothing voice, "Here we will restore the star its eternal light." Slightly trembling, Antoine extended his hand toward the star, which was already radiating a gentle and comforting warmth. When he finally touched its sparkling surface, immense power spread within him, illuminating his thoughts with a new light. Images and memories of ancient times crossed his mind, and in that instant, the whole world seemed connected to him by an invisible thread of harmony and magic. The dragon then began an ancient song, a vibrant melody filling the cavity with melodious echoes. The star quivered for a moment, then a pure, resplendent light flooded the cave, erasing the darkness. Antoine felt a profound peace as the universe regained its natural balance. In this dance of light, the dragon retained all its splendor, its wings vibrating to the rhythm of ancient words sung in a language of light. Antoine, imbued with this energy, knew that a complete and mystical bond was blossoming around him, thanks to this resurrected star. With the mission accomplished, Antoine and the guardian of the skies made their way back to the village. The weather was now a gentle ally, their steps echoing among the familiar mountains and valleys, filled with meaning and satisfaction. Antoine, who felt a profound change within him since the star's discovery, knew that every moment of his journey had left an imprint on his heart. The star within him continued to shine, fueled by gratitude and courage. The dragon, guardian of the skies, walked alongside him with newfound joy, having regained through Antoine a promised harmony to endure beyond the horizon. In the village, Antoine was welcomed as a hero by the community. His family, happy and moved, opened their arms in a warm embrace. Every evening, since this incredible episode, Antoine looked at the ever-starry sky with admiration and gratitude. He felt the faithful presence of the dragon, up there, the eternal guardian of the cycle of light and darkness. And as the legend of the brave boy was retold from mouth to mouth, one always remembered those powerful values that infuse our lives with rarity and magic: courage, purity of heart, and the transcendent power of the universe. Thus, this legacy of light perpetuated itself in a vibrant source of tales emerging from childhood to be transmitted tirelessly in the sweetness of collective dreams, inspiring entire generations to follow this light shining above the clouds, guiding humanity toward eternal harmony.